Have you ever noticed how the best speakers, the most influential leaders, and even the most persuasive friends all have one thing in common? They know how to tell a story. Not just any story, but one that grips your heart, paints vivid pictures in your mind, and makes you feel like you're part of something bigger. Because let's be honest, we don't remember bullet points, statistics, or dry facts. We remember stories. I'm the Darklight mentor, and today we're diving into the power of storytelling in communication. Because whether you realize it or not, you are a storyteller. Every day, in every conversation, you're either making someone feel something or making them lose interest faster than a phone on 1% battery. I learned this the hard way. There was a time when I thought being smart meant explaining everything in the most logical and structured way possible. But instead of people listening, they'd nod politely, then check their watches, their phones, or, worst of all, just change the topic. It took me a while to realize that the problem wasn't what I was saying. It was how I was saying it. Think about it. Why do we remember childhood bedtime stories? Why do we get so emotionally attached to movies, books, and even viral TikToks? Because storytelling bypasses logic and goes straight to emotion. And emotion? That's what drives decisions, builds trust, and forges deep connections. Here's a thought. Imagine you're trying to convince someone to start exercising. You could hit them with statistics. Regular exercise reduces the risk of heart disease by 30%. Or you could tell them a story. I had a friend who always put off working out. One day he woke up with chest pain, rushed to the hospital, and barely made it. That scare changed his life. Now he exercises daily and feels stronger than ever. Which one sticks more? The story, right? Storytelling isn't just for authors or public speakers. It's for job interviews, business meetings, friendships, and even daily conversations. Ever tried explaining to someone why they should trust you, love you, or believe in you? That's storytelling. And the better you are at it, the more people will remember what you say. Let me break it down for you. Great storytelling has three key elements: relatability, emotion, and transformation. First, make it relatable. No one wants to hear a story about an ultra-perfect billionaire genius solving all their problems with a snap of their fingers. People connect with flaws, struggles, and personal challenges. Be real. Talk about failures, fears, and funny moments. Second, emotion. If your story doesn't make people feel something, it's just words on autopilot. And third, transformation. How did things change? What was the lesson? That's what makes it worth listening to. One of the greatest storytellers in history, Steve Jobs, didn't just talk about Apple's specs. He painted a vision. When he introduced the iPod, he didn't say, "This is a 5 GB music player." He said, 1,000 songs in your pocket. That's storytelling. It makes you see it, feel it, and remember it. And hey, don't think you need some grand life story to be a good storyteller. Some of the best stories are simple. Think of a time you got lost in a new city, had an embarrassing moment in front of a crowd, or learned a life lesson the hard way. Package that into a short, engaging story, and people will listen. Now, let's make this practical. Try this. The next time you explain something, whether it's convincing a friend to take a risk, teaching someone a skill, or even just making small talk, tell a story instead of listing facts. See how people react. Watch how they lean in, nod along, and actually listen. That's the power of storytelling. So, here's your task. Think of a moment in your life, big or small, that taught you a lesson. Share it in the comments. Let's see who can tell the most engaging story. And remember, the best storytellers aren't the ones who talk the most, but the ones who make you feel the most. We'll meet again tomorrow with something even more powerful. Stay tuned.